This episode of FineScale Modeler's New Product Rundown features Panda Hobbies Marder I, Airfix's Whitley, HobbyZone racks for the workbench, Tiger Models BMPT72, and Moebius's Robin.
Welcome to the 99th episode of the New Product Rundown. I'm your host, Elizabeth Nash, here with Aaron Skinner to show you the latest kits and accessories.
That's right. Eager to field anti-tank weapons, the German Army repurposed a lot of obsolete tanks as well as many captured vehicles.
Among those were French-Lorraine artillery tractors, which became the Marder I, kitted here by Panda in 1/35th scale.
A potent 7.5 centimeter PaK 40 gun mounted in an open-top fighting compartment gave the vehicle sting.
The lower hull builds from beautifully molded bottom and side plates.
Take a look at the sharp bolt, rivet, and panel moldings on the parts.
The suspension units are molded as single units. There are two for each side, and they include crisp leaf springs and return rollers.
Road wheels are sandwiched between those units. Idlers and drive sprockets complete the running gear.
Petite individual track links ground the vehicle. A jig sets the sag for the upper runs.
Quality molding extends to the upper hull with rivets and louvers on the engine deck.
More rivets and louvers grace the underside of the fenders and fighting compartment.
Racks of 7.5 centimeter rounds occupy the front of the fighting compartment.
The walls of the fighting compartment are a single part.
There's plenty of equipment inside, including a radio with cables and antenna, stowage boxes, the gun's breech, controls, and sights.
The slide-molded gun barrel incorporates an open muzzle brake.
A plastic form is provided to bend the photo-etched brass muffler cover.
The same material provides parts for the gun shield, ammo rack, brackets, and handles.
Decals provide markings for 5 Marder Is in a variety of camouflages.
With a relatively low part count and good detail, this is a great kit of a neat little vehicle.
Our next kit is a quintessentially British bomber from Airfix, a 1/72nd scale Armstrong Whitworth Whitley Mark V.
The twin-engine bomber carried out the first Royal Air Force raid on German territory in the opening days of World War II.
Slow and vulnerable, Whitleys flew nearly 9,000 sorties with Bomber Command before being relegated to Coastal Command, glider, tug, and transport duties.
Typical of new Airfix kits, the Whitley features smart engineering, sharp detail, and top-notch molding. The wings are a good example with fine recessed panel lines and restrained fabric and rib texture.
The fuselage halves share that detail. I appreciate the fact that the upper hull comes in one piece, eliminating a centerline seam.
The separate forward fuselage has fine lines outside and cockpit frames inside.
The interior detail includes floor sections for the cockpit and the rear fuselage.
Other internal equipment and fixtures includes bulkheads, seats, instrument panel, controls, and more.
Tandem bomb bays feature structural details and 4 weapons. The doors are supplied as single pieces but can be cut apart and posed open.
Part of the bay frames are the sturdy wing spars which incorporate parts of the landing gear bays and the engine nacelles.
The nacelles themselves are provided in halves with detailed landing gear struts and weighted main wheels.
The flaps, rudders, and elevators are separate and posable.
The nose and tail turrets feature internal details and nicely molded guns.
Sharply molded clear parts seal the weapon stations. Other clear parts include the bombardier's glass, optional canopies for the cockpit, and fuselage windows.
Cartograph decals give markings for 2 Bomber Command Whitleys, one with camouflage upper surfaces, the other overall black.
Airfix nails another British aircraft with fine details and good molding.
Definitely a winner. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but my workbench can best be described as chaotic, especially when I'm in the middle of a project.
Tools, paints, glues, sub-assemblies, they all compete for space.
Increasing the chances I'm going to injure myself, or worse, damage a model.
HobbyZone has the solution, or more precisely, solutions.
Its expansive range of workbench modules covers just about every storage need you can dream of.
Thanks to magnets, they can fit together in an infinite combination and are designed to fit any workbench and expand as needed. HobbyZone USA kindly sent us a few modules, so let's take a look.
Each set comes in a flat pack and, like a piece of IKEA furniture, requires assembly.
The pre-cut components are made from some kind of fiberboard.
Some of the facing parts have a sturdy plastic-like coating that adds to the aesthetic appeal and protects the wood.
Assembly is pretty straightforward with large tabs and slots, but wood glue and clamps are required.
Tiny rare earth magnets embedded in the top, bottom, or sides lock the modules together for a solid system. That also means you can change the arrangement at any time.
So let's look at what HobbyZone sent us. The painting tool stand has room for 5 bottles of 3 sizes and holes to hold brushes, knives, and other hand tools.
The brush and tool holder keeps numerous items close at hand. It can even be moved around the bench and hung on a wall for storage.
Interested in permanent tool storage? Check out the brushes and tool module with racks for hand tools, a dowel hanger for sprue cutters and pliers, and flat spaces for other items.
HobbyZone offers paint modules with racks to hold 26mm, 36mm, and 41mm diameter bottles. The largest, seen here, is appropriate for large Tamiya bottles. The smallest works for the eyedropper bottles favored by many of the newer acrylics, such as Vallejo and Amo of Mink Jimenez. The middle one covers most other brands.
Then there are a dozen or so drawer modules, like this 2-drawer version that includes dividers to keep everything organized.
And this 3-drawer module with windows so you can see what's inside.
Add to that corner units and the versatility of the HobbyZone system becomes apparent.
That and the fact that they're relatively inexpensive makes this a winning solution for most workbench problems. Next up, Tiger Model's 1/35 scale BMP T-72 Terminator 2.
Running on a T-72 hull, the Russian infantry fire support vehicle mounts 2 30mm cannons and 4 Ataka-T anti-tank guided missiles.
Yeah, the vehicle's been displayed at several arms expositions and parades, but few are actually in service.
Despite that, the odd-looking vehicle has been popular amongst modelers with kits from at least 4 companies.
This kit marks the latest version, which omits the hull-mounted grenade launchers and refines the missile tubes.
Check out the quality of the moldings in this new kit. The lower hull includes hatches, road wheel arm attachment points, and bolts.
The upper half shares that attention to detail with stowage boxes, straps, fuel tanks, wiring, engine grills, hinges, and more.
More of the same can be seen on the glasses plate, engine covers, rear plate, and other body parts.
The suspension comprises torsion bars and road wheel arms, return rollers and 2 types of road wheels, drive sprockets and idlers. Working tracks comprise individual links with hard vinyl connectors, separate guide teeth, and optional grousers.
A nifty set of assembly guides should make the track assembly easy.
Bends and wrinkles detail the rubber sections of the fender skirts.
Tiger Model's mastery of molding is on full display on the light guards and bar armor that envelops the rear of the hull.
The major turret parts are packaged together in a blister pack for protection. Again, the surface detail is first rate with crisp edges and fasteners.
The hatches can be posed open, but no interior is provided. There are other details including stowage boxes and smoke grenade launchers.
The business end of the Terminator is the weapons. The Ataka missile launchers comprise housings with complete tubes inside.
2 types of missiles are provided for separate display.
And there are optional metal barrels for the 30mm cannons. These are outstanding.
Clear vision blocks, optics, and lights round out the plastic parts.
Photo etch brass supplies engine grills, sprocket parts, suspension connectors, fender brackets, and other details.
And there's braided wire for the tow cable.
The decal sheet is small, but the color diagrams show 4 vehicles, including 3 in striking splinter camouflage.
That's a sharp-looking kit, sure to have you saying, "You'll be back" to the workbench soon.
Holy final subject! It's Moebius' latest kit from the 1960s Batman TV series, a 1/8 scale model of the Cape Crusader's faithful sidekick, Robin.
Played by Burt Ward, the boy wonder fought off Gotham's ne'er-do-wells dressed in red, green, and yellow for 3 seasons.
This is Moebius' 4th kit from the TV series and follows Batman himself, Catwoman, and the Penguin.
The first thing you'll notice on opening the box is the vaguely garish yellow plastic.
Don't be put off by the color that is, let's face it, appropriate, because the parts are gorgeous. The torso comprises front and back halves with terrific laces, folds, and the R on the chest.
The 2-part head has sharply molded hair and realistic facial features.
Robin's legs terminate with nice shoes that have separate flaps.
A nice feature is optional parts for 3 poses: throwing a batarang, punch, and attack.
I'm impressed by the sculpting of the hands in all 3 versions, with distinct fingers and folds in the gloves.
A nameplate is provided.
Also impressive is the cape. It's thin with sharp folds and wrinkles.
A rock-like base serves to display the figure and fits with bases from other Batman figures.
Fun instructions come alive with lots of tips, Batman-themed quips, and detailed painting directions.
Moebius is doing a great job with these kits from TV's Batman, and Robin is no exception.
Yeah. Now look for reviews of the Marder and BMPT in upcoming issues of FineScale Modeler magazine.
And you can see more new products in the January issue on sale soon.
Yeah, thanks for visiting FineScale.com. I'm Aaron Skinner.
And I'm Pretty in Pink. With a relatively low part count and good detail, this is a great kit of a neat little vehicle. Low part count and good detail, this is detail. Detail. With a relatively low part count and good detail, this is a great vehicle of a neat little vehicle. Did I not get it that time?
This is a great vehicle of a neat little vehicle.
Oh, yeah. With a relatively low part count and good detail, this is a great kit of a neat little vehicle. There, all done.
Too many adjectives?
Apparently, good detail. This is a great kit of a neat little vehicle.
I'm just amazed.
I'm amazed too.